Today, I'm going to show you how to make an easy creamy chipotle sauce for chicken enchiladas. This is going to be good. So to start, I'm going to cook some chicken breast that I had thawed. I have things to do, so it's going in the slow cooker. I'm going to add some granulated onion powder, some chicken bouillon powder, a tablespoon. I'm going to add like a teaspoon of cracked black pepper, and I'm also going to shake in some garlic powder. Here, I'm going to add 1 cup of water, cover with a lid, and I'm going to cook this on a high heat setting. You also could set this to low and cook for a longer period of time. So it's going to take about 4 hours. I have some errands to run, and my son has a piano lesson. Okay, so I'm back home and this is done, and it's been about 3.5 to 4 hours cooking on high in my slow cooker, and you can see it's falling apart. So I'm just going to take 2 forks and shred the meat and leave it in all of this rendered liquid and flavorful broth. Okay, so my son requested enchiladas today, so I'm going to start prepping my corn tortillas, a little bit of cooking oil in a low preheated pan. And I'm just going to take my cold corn tortillas and pass them through and just sort of warm them through on both sides in the preheated cooking oil. And this will just ensure that they soften and they stay pliable when you go to roll them. And I'm not really frying these to get them crispy. I'm just warming them through in the hot cooking oil to make them softened and pliable. So it's going to be a quick process. Onto my baking sheet after they're done. And you'll want to repeat the process for about 10 to 12 corn tortillas. Okay, so they are all heated, warmed, and softened. So now it's time to roll these up. I have my seasoned shredded chicken, and you can make these with chicken and cheese. I'm just going for chicken today. I'm going to take some chicken here, and this is shredded. It's still kind of warm, and I'm just going to give this a tight roll. And this is what I'm using for my enchiladas today. By the way, the chicken is seasoned so well, it has great flavor with that chicken bouillon powder, but if you want to add extra seasoning, or like I said, add some shredded cheese, it all works. I'm just going for quick and easy today. So at this point, I'm just going to repeat the process for all of these. And if you want to check out some other variations of enchiladas that I make, some of them are homemade from scratch, some of them are my grandmother's style enchiladas, some of them are Tex-Mex style, some of them are the type that I made when I was broke as a single college student. Either way, they all worked and they were good. So I will put some links in the description below or throughout the video so you can check those out. So I'm going to show you the ingredients I'm using for the sauce. I'll be using diced chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, an 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese, and I had this sitting out until it got softened, or you can pop it in the microwave. Here I will be using some chicken bouillon powder and some water. This literally is a 4-ingredient easy sauce. So in a preheated pan, the same pan with a little bit of cooking oil, I'm adding my cream cheese, and I'm just going to break that apart and let it get creamy and melty in the pan. Here I'm going to add like 1 or 2 tablespoons of these chopped chipotle peppers in adobo sauce and add it right into that melted cream cheese. By the way, I'm working with like a medium heat source. I had to lower the temp, so you don't want to burn anything. So make sure you're working with a moderate, medium, high heat. Okay, so once I have that, I'm just going to combine it. And if you want extra chipotles in this, go for it. The amount that I'm using today really doesn't make it super spicy, but if you do want some heat, add maybe 3 tablespoons or 3 chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. So today I'm adding an extra ingredient. This is just paprika. I'll say that's optional, but I have a little bit left that I want to use before I toss out this container. So there's that. You could add like a half teaspoon of paprika into this and make it a 5-ingredient sauce. So give that a good mix. Here I'm going to scoop up some of this chicken bouillon powder. I'd say start with the teaspoon, mix things, give it a taste. The salt, seasoning, and spices in this recipe are to your taste and preferences, so you'll want to taste throughout and adjust as needed. Here I'm adding like a half cup of water. Essentially I add maybe like a full cup works for this because you want to let it simmer and kind of thicken and get creamy again. Okay, so this has come together quite nicely. It's creamy, it's gently simmering. So now it's time to add those rolled chicken tacos, and I'm just gonna put them right into this cream sauce. Probably the smarter thing to do would be to remove some of the sauce and set it aside to pour over all of the enchiladas, but I like to make things difficult for myself. So the method I'm using is just kind of moving them around and dunking them in the sauce. And for those of you that are wondering, I'm not going to bake these. I'm making these right on the stovetop if you haven't noticed. This actually prevents me from having to turn my oven on today, so it all works. One pan, super easy. So these are all nestled in my pan. Now I'm going to top with cheese. Like 4 to 5 ounces of cheese to top this totally works. And like I said, you can work in some cheese as you roll all of these enchiladas. Hindsight is 2020. I realized as I'm trying to sauce the top of these enchiladas, I should have done that first before adding the cheese. So do as I say and not as I do. By the way, I have this on a low heat setting, and I'm going to cover with a lid and just let the cheese get melty and gooey on top. It takes minutes, and then it's done and ready to plate and serve. You could serve this with your favorite rice, salad, beans, it all works. We are just going to go for the enchiladas today. I have a salad in the fridge, and this is dinner. And these are super good. I make these all the time. Honestly, if I didn't have chicken breast, I typically like to pick up rotisserie chicken and shred that. It really makes it convenient and easy. I probably did not mention this, but I am using store-bought Oaxaca cheese. Low moisture mozzarella cheese works as a great topping as well. But these look so creamy and delicious. It truly is simple to make. So I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it. And thanks for watching.